Well, there is not many YouTube videos out there on this, so I thought I would document this. It's going to be a deck. Ledger boards going here. The tape represents where the joists are around the rim board and the top of the basement. So I need to be sure to not put the carriage bolts anywhere along the blue. And by the way, I saw an old video about cutting cement board hardy plank. It's so true. This is an old POS garbage blade, and this is some fiber cement board blade. I don't think it matters. It's supposed to be extra carbide. When I started cutting, it was terrible. It was so dull. It was hot. Pieces of burnt and melted cement were flying everywhere. And this old blade, who knows what even it is, worked fine cutting the hardy plank. All right, first step is done. I successfully removed all the hardy plank siding, and you can see the band board. This is what the ledger is going to get attached to. First layer of peel and stick. All right, got all the peel and stick on. Shingled approach. The overlap is right about here. It goes up to there. All right, got the flashing up here. Slides up there about an inch or two. Gonna tape it. So it's pouring outside, and it's been pouring for 10-15 minutes, and luckily pretty much no part of this wall or this ledger board drip cap is very wet. All right, got these bolts in. Originally I started with 8 or 9 inch, and these are 6 inch, which still could be argued that are too long, but I think it'll be fine. Got this 1/2 inch drill bit I've already marked off. This is where the joists are gonna go, these green lines. And this is where the existing joists in the house are. So you gotta be in between all of those about every 18 inches or so. It's a little bit of banging getting that 1/2 inch bolt in here. So inside the basement, I'm just putting a washer on here. Like so, just banging these through. Pretty cut and dry. I think it's about 12 of them. The other thing I forgot to mention, you gotta have a minimum 2 inches from the top, and I think it's only 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. So that's the other thing. All right, there's not a whole lot to this. Just line up the bit with the mark here, make sure it's level. Clearly you want it at the same center point, which is about 2 inches longer than 14 feet. And then to activate the auger, just hit this button here. PTO gives a little bit more juice. This lowers it. It hasn't rained in weeks here. Running some water in there to help loosen up the dirt. Number 3 is complete. Pretty darn level for doing it solo. 36 inches. All right, all the holes are dug, minimum 32 inches, closer to 36 inches. That's about a 9-foot post. It's an 8-foot post, 8-foot post. Got a few inches of gravel down at the bottom. Gonna fill with concrete and then cone it kind of at the top so the water runs off. This one, both bubbles are in the middle. And this last one,
Bobby, you caught a fish today?
level. and level. Got this 16-foot board clamped up. Now we're gonna dump the concrete in and let this thing set. Looking good. No Shoes radio, Sirius XM, best radio station on the planet. 2 of the 3 posts are done. I had to go get some more Quikrete. Got them coned up here, so water does not accumulate and pool and deteriorate at the base here. Everything is level. Here's how you know the height to make the beam. You want it on the bottom of the joist. Got your bubble in the middle there, perfectly level. So this is gonna be the very top of the beam, which means I'm gonna cut three inches over and about 11 1/4, the length of a 2x12 down. I'm gonna notch it out, cut it completely flush here, notch this out, and then sandwich the 2 beams. And that will have, notice it's level. The bottom of the joist will be sitting on here and what they call a cantilever, which means it overhangs a couple feet. All right, got all the notches cut out here. It's time to load the 2 beams up, square them up with the ledger board, and run the carriage bolts through them. So this is how you find the perfect square angle coming exactly 90 degrees off the house. So these boards are parallel. You do 3 units that way, 4 units this way, which will equal 5 units this way. And where these lines match up shows exactly where, how to make it square at 90 degrees. So 1 unit ended up being 42.375, and I'll round down just for simplicity purposes. But so 3 units is 127 inches. So you come 127 inches off there, make a mark. And then 4 units is 169, which is what this distance is exactly, 169 to here. And then you'll move this left or right to equal the 5 units, which is 211. So 211 inches. You run that tape measure till you hit 211 inches, and then you keep sliding it till these sync up, and this shows you exactly what a 90-degree angle is. Kind of complicated, but it's the 3-4-5 principle. And the way that I did that, I got these, how I came up with 42 inches and 375 as 1 unit is, I just measured this distance from here to the wall as being 169, and I divided by 4. So that gave 1 unit. All right, this might be overkill, but I just put this on here. This is wood preservative for end cuts and stuff. All right, so what I did here is I clamped this board here as a temporary brace to set the joists on, which made it really easy to level the brackets, just sliding some shims right under there, and could adjust the clamps so they're all level. Here's a little common sense to most trick on lifting and holding a board up when you're by yourself. Just clamp a scrap piece of board underneath on 2 ends and lift and set the board up and line it up and screw or nail it in. All right, that's about a wrap for today. Things are coming along. Joist hangers went in fine. I'm going 12-inch on center. Beam looks good. Need another carriage bolt through there, but that looks super stable. I think they call this a rim joist is on. Concrete's dried, secure. These 6x6 posts are definitely the way to go, and notching this out was absolutely the way to go. Need the toenail down in here everywhere. All right, I got this brace, 2x6. The point of this is for the picture frame to have something solid to screw to. Put in scrap 2x4s there to hold it. And then I got something similar down at the other end. All right, got the first 2 rows of camo clips snapped on. What they are, these little plastic things that clip over the joist. And you can break the tabs off here if you don't have the proper thickness of a joist. And then this piece right here is metal and designed to be hidden, but also fast process. I'm pumped to give it a whirl.
Where are you sending that to?
These camo clips are so easy. A 3-year-old can do it. Good job, Sam.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You're funny.
Good job.
All right, this shows how easy these camo clips are. It comes with this little guide. You just slide this little guide on here. There you go. All right, it's been a while since I did the update. I got the picture frame trim border completed. All the posts done except for the ones on the stairs. There's the railings there. I gotta finish these stairs, figure out how I'm gonna stabilize this at the bottom. Got one more railing to do, which will go down here at the bottom. And like I mentioned, I picture framed the corners, which I think turned out great. You can't even really see the 45s. I had to have a joint, so decided to put it right here at the post to make it hidden. Here's the other 45 for the picture frame border. Things are coming along good. Taking a little bit longer than I thought, but we're almost home. Next step is the stairs. You measure out the distance that each one of these stringers goes, dig a little trench, put some gravel down at the bottom and these concrete blocks. So what it's gonna sit on. Obviously you need to make these stringers all level across the top and then level front to back. And then you also need to make sure that you bring it out far enough so this handrail has something to anchor to them. There's gonna be a block in between these two, so I have a spot to put the post. All right, I got the stringer set. This block of wood here is for a post, which connects to this post for the handrail. Deck board. Well, the face is coming along nice. Looks great when it's up. Problem is, hanging it as a one-man show isn't easy. Finally figured out a way to improvise here with these ratchet straps. All right, we're making some progress on these railings here. First step is leveling out these posts. Put galvanized washers under there to help level them. I made a little template, little jig for these brackets here. The template thing is here. Just line these up. These had the holes all set to have the so the railings would all be the exact same height. Pretty cut and dry. Now it's just level the posts and cut down the railings as need be, and then squirt a little spray paint on there to keep it from rusting, and we're good to go. So this is all it is. I just cut off an end here. You see that exposed metal? Just gotta carefully paint that, touch it up. Good to go, shouldn't rust. Pretty simple how to do these angled railings. Just put your brackets in at about 2x4 thickness off the ground or off the stairs, and then just measure that distance in between the insides of the brackets, and it came to 53.5 inches. Just get your old recep with your metal bit on there and metal blade and saw away. Now all I'm doing is drilling the holes for the electrical. Low voltage wire needs to come up here. There's going to be LED lights on the cap. Just crisscross these screw holes and drill a 1/2 inch hole all the way through so I can run the low voltage wiring. All right, we're doing some finishing touches here. You got the base plates all on. And now we're doing the LED lighting. The first step is to make sure you drill holes at the bottom of the post so you can feed a fish line up through. And then you attach the fish line to the LED wire light here, pull it through, and then you've got the wire at the bottom, and then I need to connect all the wires together to the transformer. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch, running some 16 gauge wire here. Right there is the LED lights wire that comes down. Just need to connect them and daisy chain them down through here. This T25 cable management stapler has made it super easy. Just daisy chaining all these wires together, bringing it back to the transformer, and got to figure out a spot down here to put the outlet, and we should be good to go. Pretty simple process here, putting in the outdoor outlet, this weather proof box. This is the cover here. Just ran the electrical on the inside there, tapped into an existing outlet. Gonna put a GFCI outlet here. Here's the outlet and the transformer. It's a $40 one from Menard. Does the job just fine. I've got it set to go on and sunset and turn off in sunrise. Seems to be. Here we are, the finished product. Leftover fascia board there for the outside stringer. Turned out great. LED lights are great. Little $40 transformer. Can handle these 1.5 watt LED lights very easily. Super happy. Just waiting on the furniture, which should be here in a few days.